Welcome back to the Cross Border Interview Podcast. For those who are tuning in tomorrow, hi, welcome to the first Sunday, very late night live edition of the Cross Border Interview Podcast. Today we are down talking about the biggest entertainment news stories of the day, and that is Emmys 2021. As always, we are back with our great friend from New York, Mr. Michael Nichols Pate. That's right, I can say it correctly after frickin' 9 times on the show. Michael, how are you this fine 11:30 for you?
Oh, bitch is tired. I was up at 5 this morning. There's this really fabulous drag brunch that my friend is starting, and I had to work it. So I basically have been running on fumes and have been drinking since 8 this morning. So woohoo, who knows what we're gonna get? I'm completely sober now. I'm drinking soda because I need to keep going. It is 11:30 at night, and I'm ready to party.
Well, let's do it. Emmys 2021. We had done some predictions prior to the night. We all thought things were going to go one way. And let's be honest, this Emmys was not the most entertaining of the night, but we will get into that later. To start off, as always, as we did with our 2021 edition of the 2020 edition of the Emmy Awards, let's talk about the red carpet. Let's talk about the things that were working. Now, for my listeners, this is going to be a little bit of a change, so I apologize if this screws up for the first time. For the listeners, you're not going to be able to see what we're going to be talking about because there will be a graphic, an image on the screen. For my viewers, you will be able to see it. So I highly hope that for my listeners of the audio show, go to my YouTube channel, Cross Border Interview Podcast. Look for the entertainment rundown for Emmys 2021, which is out today. I highly recommend it. So, for the work, yes, I had to go in a big, long rant there. Michael is looking at me like, just get on with it, you asshole. I'm tired. I want to go to bed.
That is not words coming out of my mouth. That is projection.
Projection 101. Okay, let's talk about what was working. These are as anyone who has listened to the show knows, I have the worst taste in fashion. I'm literally wearing an Anaheim's Duck jersey as we're about to talk about fashion. So
go Ducks.
Go Ducks. So what was working it? Let's start with Miss Bette Bauer from Two Broke Girls and The Neighbors on CBS. Why do you think this was working there, Michael?
Well, if I could find the damn dress.
For those who are looking on the screen right now, it is a beautiful, beautiful satin, I believe satin, pink dress that is flowing. Oh,
yes.
There you go.
I really, if you could describe them to me, then, because I can't see them because I don't have them on my screen, I would be ever so grateful. So I love how it looks. It just flows really nicely. This red carpet, there was really very few misses for me. I really just like the color. I like the shape of this one. I think it was just a really gorgeous dress. I think this is a dress that she came to win an award in. And
was she nominated?
I mean, hey.
I don't think she was nominated,
I believe. Right? Well, she's wearing I'm going to pick up a tchotchke dress, so I would hope she's nominated.
She might have been nominated. She might not have been nominated. At the end of the day, we really just don't know. I just want to make sure that I'm doing something correctly here. So please bear with me for my listeners and to my viewers as I do one last thing before I continue on. I'm going to say it's not going to work. I thought it was going to, but it's not. So the next is Mr. Billy Porter himself. Mr. Pose, Mr. Season Finale, Mr. Make a Statement on every red carpet that he goes to with his black winged angel outfit. Not really sure what's going on here, but it was pure
fashion
black.
Fashion is what's going on.
That fashion? I don't understand the words that are coming out of the mouth. And
it's fashion.
Pure pearls. I'm assuming it's jewelry or something. But what was working for this?
I mean, Billy Porter can do no wrong when it comes to fashion. You may disagree with me, but you shake your head yes at that. I just think it looks great.
Go ahead.
Yeah? No, you go.
I was going to say, for those who are watching, they can't even see us right now because all they can see is the great Billy Porter striking a pose and doing what he does best.
It's a moment. Like that is something you wear. I fully, and we'll get into it because I have thoughts. I fully think he was aware he was not winning tonight and said, well, fuck it. I'm just going to make a moment on this red carpet. I'm just going to get everybody talking about me because clearly nobody wants to give me what I deserve. So
shade,
that's that.
Shade. For those who are watching, I'm taking off the photo for a second to say, someone spilling the tea about Billy Porter.
I'm fully believing that that's why he went so extravagant with that. I think he was like, they're not going to give it to me. Fuck it.
Next is Cynthia Erivo, which is
Erivo.
Sure. She is in a white dress with some really bad peacock feathers at the bottom of her right there. I don't understand.
I love that.
Go for it. What was working about this?
It's literally giving me like the full peacock moment. Like, this is a gorgeous dress. The silhouette is fabulous. It is a mermaid dress too, so it's got a great silhouette. I mean, she just looks stunning, and I mean, she's just a stunning woman. I think that, again, she's someone else who was like, I'm not winning tonight, so I'm just going to wear what I want to feel comfortable, because that is not a win an award dress. That is I'm going to be comfortable at this.
It kind of looks like I'm a winning award for the best
working
it award on the Cross Border Interview Podcast. What? Next, we're moving on to Jason Sedakis, who basically wore the everyman's tuxedo that looked like somebody had basically rolled a rug up and cut it into a tuxedo.
No, that is velvet. It's gorgeous. It's a great color. And he actually took a damn chance and it landed with that suit. I think, if you're going to come to these red carpets and you're going to be the standard, like, man in a black tux, boring, no thank you, over it. Like, give me something exciting. And he gave me that. And he fully knew he was winning tonight. I mean, he showed up in something a little more out there. Why would you not think you were winning when you're wearing that outfit?
Anyone who didn't think Jason Sudeikis was going to win after all the press he was getting for Ted Lasso season 2 was probably smoking some ganja.
Well, he's also won like everything, like the SAG and the Golden Globe, and he's won every award he's been nominated for this. So like, it was predictable.
It's a good show. We'll talk about that later on.
Haven't seen it. Can't relate.
Attacked. Then to your favorite girl, Miss MJ Rodriguez, Miss in the baby blue, over the shoulder strapless, not really strapless, showing the leg look.
Gorgeous. This is a gorgeous dress. I mean, she looks amazing in it. I love the color. I love the shape of it. I think this is a dress you win an award in, and I think that she thought she was getting the award. And even the shoe is really perfect with it too. It fits it really nicely. The jewels are really good accenting for it. I mean, she looks amazing.
She certainly does. For those 3 people who have tuned in right now, thank you for tuning into the Cross Border Interview Podcast. We are live with actually, I should take this off while I say that for those who are tuning in. We're talking Emmy Night 2021 with Michael Nichols Pate, and we are just doing what was working it on the red carpet, and we're going to go back to it right now with, I pronounced his name wrong. The first time I said it, I'm going to pronounce it again, probably wrong, but O.T. Fagbini?
I'm not even going to try and correct you on that one because I don't know how to pronounce his name, and I've just learned to shut my mouth when I can't pronounce a name. I really like this.
Then you give it to the host to do, and then he sounds like an ass. Thanks.
Yes, that's why. That's why you're the host and I am the guest.
You're the pundit. So, Mr.
Whatever.
I'm the red carpet, matching the red carpet with some black overtone here. I didn't get it. I don't understand it, but what was working for it for you?
It was not a black suit. It was It was well crafted. It was eye catching. I'm sure it's cultural as well. It has I don't know too much about him. And this is where my knowledge of things kind of is limited, but I really liked it. It was a statement. It was standing out in a sea of black tuxes and a sea of just boring men on red carpets that nobody cares about. This is something to talk about. This is something to look at. And it looks good on him. It fits really well. It's eye-catching. It's a really fabulous color. I mean, I want to see more of this. I want to see more of Jason Sudeikis. I want to see more of people trying. I don't necessarily want to see who's on my I don't like it list, but I think like take chances, especially with red carpet when you're a man. I think so often it is just like, I'm just going to wear a tux because it's easy. When you can do something, you can still wear a suit or a tux. Just do it. Change up the material, change up the color, do something. I want to be inspired.
You sound inspired, but the next one was inspiring to me. I liked it. I actually consider this semi-fashion, and that is Samira Wiley.
Samira Wiley.
I was close. I'm the host. Welcome to the Cross-Border Interview Podcast. I liked it. I actually did like it. It was iconic. It was a untraditional tux, but it had some gold flecks. I'm not sure if the gold actually was something or said something, because traditionally sometimes they like to put hidden messages in the suits, because I know sometimes I've seen people go to the red carpet where they have their lined jackets and the lines actually read something. So I'm not sure if this read something or not, but it was actually gorgeous in my opinion. Yes, I am saying gorgeous to fashion. Shoot me. I mean, now.
It's gorgeous. It is a gorgeous suit. It fits so well. It's tailored perfectly. The hair is perfect. The jewels perfect. The accessories with it perfect. I love that it's an ankle length too. I love that ankle length is in right now. And I just think that this is a slam dunk. It does not say anything on the suit. It's just letters. So I'm thinking that is the designer's logo that she did use. I am so sorry. I normally will have the designers or who did the things I liked, but this time I've been unpacking my house because I just got my things. And so I don't have the designers. But it is a great outfit.
And he's drunk. He's kind of drunk.
I am not drunk. If I was drunk, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that.
Drunk. Back to who was working it. Let's end with our last working it for the red carpet of 2021, and that is Taraji P. Henson. Oh my God.
Taraji P. Henson.
Taraji P. Henson.
You hated it.
It was better than her entrance to I think it was the Oscars this year, where she walked in from the red carpet into to give the first presentation. I had flashbacks to the Oscars this year, where she was the first presenter of the Oscars this year in person, and her outfit at the Oscars was better, in my opinion. Yes, that's right. Cancer boy, Mr. I'm going slowly forgetful, is harking back. That's right. Harking back to the Oscars fashion. Snap, snap.
That was like an SAT word.
I try. So what did you like it? Was it the cleavage? Was it the low cut brows?
Yes. I'm not even going to lie to you. I was like, you go, Taraji. You have a banging body and you are showing off every little bit that they'll let you get away with on television. Plus, it was so much better than her Met Gala look, where she kept having to pull her fucking dress up because she clearly didn't get to a dress fitting. So I was like, you know what? This is it, girl. Like, I'm obsessed with this.
For those who are tuning in, that was our last working it. But for those who are tuning in, please tune in to Friday's episode of the Cross-Border Interview Podcast, where we're going to be talking about the Met Gala and the biggest news stories outside of the Emmys. with Michael Nichols Pate because he's so gracious of his time and wanting to just always be part of this great show that is heard around the world.
Party.
wait to add into the conversation there, Michael. Let's talk. I'm just gonna leave it as is. So now, because I don't want to get sued, because the show does not want to get sued by RuPaul and RuPaul's affiliate World of Wonder, we are now talking about the Say What dresses and outfits and the fashions, which is the misses of the red carpet. So, say what? 80 Bryant, what was that all about?
I mean, it just was it.
Really?
Just was
really?
not
You're
my
not going to
cup
say the
of
say
tea.
what?
It was. I'm not. I don't have. I don't even know where I'm going with that either. I'm just looking at this dress and I'm just very confused. It is not for me. I don't know if that was a journey that she was going on that she was very excited about. I don't know if it was a leftover dress that she's like, I guess I'll wear this. Or I don't think that her designer did her justice with this outfit. I think it was just a little wild, a little zany, and not in a fun way.
Please tune in to Friday's episode of the Crossboard Interview Podcast because we're going to be talking about the Met Gala and the zany outfits that Michael enjoyed, that loved, that was gay C-3PO. But yet when someone tries it who may not be fashionable like Michael, oh God, it's a say what dress.
No. I listen. I love a good zany moment. I love a good fun dress. I just don't think this was flattering on her. I just don't. I think it was a little too much. It reminded me a little of that horse dress that you and I both didn't like. Like it didn't work for me. It's going to be a no for me.
It's going to be a no. And let's jump back to the say what dresses. And this one is from across the pond. Lady Di would be turning in her grave if she saw what was on the person who played her in The Crown, because I did not realize that the fingernails were extended. But Miss Emma Corrin, say what? What is this?
The bitch looks like she's going swimming. She looks like she put on her swim cap in her full one piece and jumped in the pool for some synchronized bullshit.
Okay, now I will be upfront. Like I said at the beginning of this, fashion and I do not see eye to eye. But when I saw this, I thought to myself, wow, someone came dressed as a sperm. Because what is that hat? What's
the color?
Exactly. This was the worst of the night. And whenever they went to The Crown winning, they would always show her. And she couldn't clap properly because her fingernails. And she had to clap like this. And it was just
They can't see that journey.
Really
You have the
bad.
picture up. They can't see you clapping. They missed that journey.
No, I took it down because I wanted to show it. Because I wanted to show the clapping of, oh, I'm a sea otter. Like,
well, it fit with her going swimming outfit.
What was she thinking? Like, I even think to myself, girl, like, seaman called.
She was getting ready for the flood.
Yeah. Like, are you going out to swim the English Channel next? Like, is that what this is all? Like, it was a massive miss for me.
Was she in London or was she in the US? Because they kept cutting back and forth.
So she was in London, but the guy who played Prince Charles, Josh something, who won the Best Actor, he was in England. He was in Hollywood, which I was like, okay, why aren't you with your people? But I guess because you're no longer part of the show, you're like, I'm gonna go to Hollywood now. And my last say what before we start talking about the actual ceremony, because we've been 20 minutes on just Seaman Girl here, is Seth Rogen. FYI, didn't realize it was Seth Rogen until they actually said it was Seth Rogen because he cut his beard off. So I was like, okay, who is this? Why didn't you like it? Because I'm going to challenge you on this one.
Challenge me?
I'm going to challenge you.
I mean,
you didn't like the orange?
I don't like the orange. I don't like the pant. They look a little like a khaki that you can buy at like a Talbot's or like a Dress Barn or something. Like, I just don't think it looks very red carpet. It looks a little like I could go to like the Banana Republic and buy that look. And I mean, he's so hot. I'm not even gonna lie. I think he's hot. I just don't like the outfit, and I think that this is
21 minutes into the show, and we've already said who's hot first. So there you go.
Listen. I'm saying he's hot, but I'm hating his clothes. So
okay. So I'm going to challenge you on this one now. I liked it because it was a throwback to another famous Canadian actor, Mr. Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber. I liked it.
I don't like Jim Carrey either.
Hi, welcome back to the Cross Border Interview Podcast. Michael had to leave, so it's just gonna be me for the rest. It's just gonna be me for the rest of the show. To my Canadian listeners, please follow Michael on Instagram and send him hate because I get all the hate.
Don't send me hate.
He hates Jim Carrey, a national treasure.
Listen, I like Jim Carrey in The Truman Show.
Liar, Liar, Ace Ventura 2.
I don't like that overacting stuff. I don't like that overacting stuff he does. I find it a little much.
Okay, hold up. I like the Met Gala for being over the top.
That's different. It's different. It's different. Do not come for me.
For the 6 people who have tuned in, Michael has just been canceled in Canada for attacking one of our national treasures, Mr. Jim Carrey. But he might have redeemed himself for saying Seth Rogen is hot.
He is hot. Canceled? I've heard you say other things about Canadian treasures.
Yeah, but I'm Canadian. I can say that, okay? Okay. Do not come for us, Canadians.
Like, I've heard you say things about Justin Bieber in a negative light.
Yeah, we don't accept Justin Bieber with our Canadian team, okay? He married outside the country, so we don't accept him anymore. Yeah, I went there. I can say that because I did as well. So let's turn to the actual ceremony. I did not take any notes because I was gobsmacked at how slow,
it was really slow,
and how mundane it was. What was your first initial reactions when you were like, would you give it a better grade than last year's Emmys or even the Oscars this year?
Meh. Like, that was my whole feeling overall. Like, it just wasn't. It was boring. I will say, Cedric the Entertainer was fucking killing it. I was laughing so hard at like everything he was saying, and no one in that fucking auditorium or theater or I don't know, fucking know, dinner party were having as much fun as I was listening to him give it to us. I really liked him, and that's kind of where it stopped. It was really weirdly paced. Like,
I think I hate the Golden Globes setup. And that's what the Emmys was tonight. It was everyone at a table. And I sat there and I thought to myself, what is going on here?
It literally looked like the drag brunch I was at today. Like,
it didn't look like the Emmys. The Emmys are all about, like, okay, understandable, COVID-19 protocols, but it just did not do anything for me, and people were not paying attention. When they were going to crowd shots, everyone was talking to each other. No one was listening to the actual award, like the person who just won. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm clapping. Good job. Okay. Back to the conversation.
It's because it was the same. It's the same 4 fucking shows won. Like, who cares?
Well, and that's so we had done some predictions, and I looked at the results afterwards, and we were so hopeful that the Emmys were going to break out of the same routine that they have been in for the last 10 years. They saw the backlash that was the Golden Globes, and they went, we're going to be safe this year.
No, they saw the backlash that was the Golden Globes and said, we can do worse.
Okay, true that.
They literally, out of all those categories, they were out there, and Cedric, he came out, and one of the first things he said was, this is the largest amount of people of color nominated ever in Emmys history. And then they proceeded to give the awards to every single white person except for like 2 awards that went to people of color. And I'm like, y'all literally said, fuck the Golden Globes, we can be worse.
There was only one, I would actually say one big shock for me tonight, and that's it.
Michaela Cole?
No, actually.
Ewan McGregor?
No. My big shock of the night was Jean Smart.
Oh, that woman's a treasure.
She is a treasure. I didn't know, because it was their first season, if they were going to actually give it to her. I know you had chosen Kaylee Coco for the flight attendant, and I had chosen Edie Bryant for Shrill, because I love Shrill. It's awesome. If you haven't watched it, it's on Crave in Canada. It's on Hulu down in the States, because, Hulu sucks in Canada. And the odd one out for that, for me, was Allison Janney for Mom, and they gave it to Jean Smart, and her speech hit home for me, because she dedicated it to her husband, who had just passed away. It was honestly one of the highlights for me of the night.
Well, I mean, while we're in that specific category, what the fuck does Tracee Ellis Ross have to do to win this fucking award? Because she's been nominated every single goddamn year since this show came out and has yet to win.
She'll win next year.
I would have thought that about MJ, but fuck my drag.
Yeah, but Tracee Ellis Ross, it's her year. Unless the writing sucks on Blackish, which it's been going steadily downhill for the last few seasons, I wouldn't be surprised if she actually did win. If Jean Smart, because it's going to be a whole new slate next year. Shrill won't get nominated again. Kaylee Coco probably won't get nominated again. Allison Janney won't get nominated again.
Well, Moms is done.
Well, that's what I mean. So Jean Smart and Tracee Ellis Ross will be nominated, and I highly suspect that they're gonna give it to her next year. If they don't, I don't know what's going on with the Academy.
You're much more hopeful than I am. I full stop and like, she's never gonna win it. Like, I don't know what she needs to do. Like,
yeah, she basically needs to go around to every single voter and say, "Can you just give it to me?" Like, honestly,
yeah, for real.
How hard is it to just put an X beside my name?
Is she officially the new Susan Lucci of this category?
No, that's Jujubee. Jujubee is everything. For those who don't understand, that's the Drag Race reference. Jujubee just doesn't win anything. But yes, she is. She is the Susan Lucci of the Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series. Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series. We knew this was going to happen. Mr. Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah. I mean, he's won everything.
Yeah. I again, being the optimist, I thought they might have given it to William H. Macy, but with everything that his wife is going through right now, probably wasn't the best idea to do that. So
you can't give that to him. He bought his child into college.
Not him.
And then got away with it.
His wife did.
Bullshit. That is the biggest bullshit. You cannot tell me he did not know what was going on. You cannot.
She's the only one that went to jail, so yes.
Yeah, and she was smart. She went to jail, did her time, got out, and like nobody even really remembers that she was a part of that. Whereas Lori Loughlin, she's still all over the news about it.
Yeah, but
Lori Loughlin was an idiot.
She's like trying to get to Mexico and like go on vacation with her husband. It's like, really, dude? Really?
Bless them.
It's like the protesters in the January 6th riots down in Washington. Hey, I want to go on a trip with my work to Hawaii. You're under arrest. Like,
the rich are not real people.
What white privilege knowledge do you think you have that you could just say, I need to go to Hawaii with my work for a work retreat? Screw you. Anyway.
Listen, rich people are not real people.
Wow.
They're not.
Outstanding lead actor in a drama series.
Ugh, this is bullshit.
So this went to Mr. Prince Charles himself, Josh O'Connor, for The Crown. I think he robbed Billy Porter on this one.
Yeah, fuck that. Or Jonathan Majors was fucking brilliant in Lovecraft Country, and fucking Reggie Jean Page was fucking brilliant in Bridgerton. Like, fucking A, did The Crown need to win every single goddamn thing? No one was talking about the men from The Crown. They were talking about the women. Like, I knew Emma Corrin was a really good contender, and so was Olivia Colman.
Not with Seaman look. They looked at her and said, we can't give it to her anymore.
No. But, like, out of the men, nobody's talking about his ass. So how the fuck did he win it? Like, did some vote splitting go on?
I think it was because I think Billy Porter and Jonathan Majors did an incredible job in both of them, that they split the vote that badly where another person was able to come up the middle.
I'm so fucking impressed over this. Like I said, he knew he wasn't winning this because this is the Emmys, and it's usually that's the case.
And let's talk about the other big shocker for you, which was leading actress in a drama series.
When I tell you I was pissed.
I got a text message right afterwards where I think he said, I'm done. I'm over this. But Miss Olivia Colman was in her final season of The Crown as Elizabeth II, the greatest queen ever to reign the Commonwealth countries. God bless the Queen. God save the Queen. You are amazing. Long live the Queen. They gave it to Olivia Colman. Are you crying? Are you crying? Are you crying?
No, I have literally I am. I'm very upset that I'm literally about to cry. No, I have like a dust or something in my eye. Who knows?
So I think you and I both had chosen MJ Rodriguez to win. I think we actually talked about it back in August because I said, and I actually think I remember saying this, the Emmys are very progressive. They're very upfront.
Jokes on us.
Yeah.
We were putting fucking clown makeup on during this fucking last fucking one when we were all like, oh, look, we're going to be so progressive. They're going to give it to all these people, like putting on our fucking clown makeup. Like, finishing touch was the red nose when I submitted this damn ballot to you.
And what ended up happening, they went with the whitest group of people they could have chosen.
And don't get me wrong, Olivia Colman is a brilliant fucking actress. I'll never not say she's not good. This was MJ's year. And if we were going to give it to somebody who isn't MJ Rodriguez, I would have given it to Elizabeth Moss for The Handmaid's Tale, which was arguably some of her best work she's ever done. But
they gave it to her in season 1, right? And that is my biggest thing with the Emmys is if a good show happens, they'll give it to in the first season, and after that, it's just downhill from there. So
yeah, but they keep giving The Crown fucking everything.
Yeah, that was a weird. Any other big shockers of the night for you?
I'm actually genuinely shocked that Ewan McGregor won for limited actor in an anthology series.
I'm not over.
I picked him. I picked him because I thought he was brilliant. But we thought, my husband and I thought it was going to be Leslie Odom Jr. And then when they actually did say Ewan McGregor, I'm like, wait, this was fucking cool. This is cool. This was a great show. He did a fantastic job. That was a shock for me.
I had Hugh Grant because I love me my Grant.
I know you do.
Grant can do no wrong with me. I'm going to say something very controversial right now. And someone's going to probably send a strongly worded email to me afterwards, and I do apologize to this. I do not believe Hamilton should have been nominated for anything.
No, I agree.
I think the acting was terrible. The music was terrible. I've watched it numerous times, and I just cannot get into it. I do not see what the big hubbub about Hamilton was. I understand it's very progressive, it's very forward thinking, but at the end of the day, I watched it and I went, okay, I don't get it. I don't get
Y'all
it.
can at me. I feel the same way.
Really?
I hate Hamilton. I don't think it's a good show. I'm not a big Lin-Manuel Miranda fan. I don't really love his writing. I think the only thing he's done that I've been like, oh, that's fabulous, was Moana. And that's because Disney was like, we're going to control every little aspect of what you're writing. But I don't like Hamilton. I think it's just a weird show. I think he casts aside all of the female characters as like, well, you're just wife, you're just this. And it's like, there's a couple of good songs in it. Like I love Burn, I love Satisfied. I love the tracks that the women sing in the show. I think that that's a great track, but I just don't like the show. Like I think it's just, and also the whole premise of like, well, this is our history, just deal with it. Like, and ignoring all the problematic things that Hamilton did. Like, it's just like, we get it. You read a book and you like Hamilton because you read a book, but like, did we need this musical? I think
you read a book and you're from Puerto Rico as well. Because Lin-Manuel,
I don't get the Puerto Rico part.
Because that's where Hamilton was from.
Oh, I have a degree in history and I did not know that.
That's literally why he wrote the fucking. He read the book and he was like, "Hey, this is my story as well. I came from Puerto Rico as well." Oh my god!
It's a good thing I'm moderately pretty, because I don't have fucking brains.
I just did not understand why this was nominated. When I saw that it was nominated, I was like, why? Is he trying to get an EGOT just for Hamilton? Like, is that?
Well, he already has an Emmy. He already has the Emmy.
No, but
he just needs the Oscar.
Hamilton, the actual show, want to get an Emmy EGOT just for Hamilton? Like, does it need the Tony, the Grammy, the Oscar, and the freaking Tony? Yeah.
Grammy, Tony, Oscar, Emmy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what happens when you record at 12:04 in the evening. So I send the hate mail if you want. I did not like it. I don't think it should have been nominated, and fight me if you want, but come at me.
I think what it did for the diversity when it was on Broadway was really fantastic. I really liked the idea of just like completely blind casting roles and regardless of gender, race, identity. I think that's fantastic. And I think that it's opening doors to allow more things like that to occur on Broadway. I just don't like the show. And I've never liked the show.
But at the end of the day, the British are still represented by the white guy.
Of course.
Jonathan Groff.
Obviously.
Besides that, like, honestly, I keep on harking back to this. This is how bad the show was. There was nothing in this show that I went, okay, I can see what they're doing. I hated the layout. I hated the way that they structured it. What about you? You just went, for those who can't see this.
I just am actually really happy Michaela Cole won for, I believe it was writing. I was half paying attention because I was just annoyed with how boring it was, and like heard her name announced and like ran into the room and like had just chills. Like, it was so amazing to see her win it, because I've been screaming about that show since the Golden Globes.
Yep.
When we talked about that, and I just.
So that was outstanding writing for a limited or an anthology series or a movie for I May Destroy You by Michaela Cole.
I think like that was just so amazing to see. I think she's brilliant, and to actually have her win it, I think she didn't think she was going to win it, and you could tell she did not think she was going to win it, and it just was amazing to see. And I think she's brilliant. I think everybody needs to check out that show. It's rough, but it's so good.
Mayor of Easttown. I've never seen the show. I could not tell you what it was about, but it picked up a few accolades today. One that I was kind of pissed off at, and this was the one that I was like, okay, I don't know if this is good acting, so I can't judge it openly. But for outstanding supporting actress in a limited or anthology series or movie, Julianne Nicholson for Mayor of Eastwood won over my girl, Miss Agatha Harkness, Miss Catherine Hahn from WandaVision. If any,
you literally hate her song.
I hate her song, but she did a fantastic job. Okay, you're canceled over hating Seth Rogen. I'm canceled over.
No, I don't hate Seth Rogen.
Long or whatever you want to call it.
I don't hate Seth Rogen. I think he's hot.
But you hate Jim Carrey. That's right. So, out of anyone who should have won for WandaVision, Agatha should have won. But
100% agree. 100% agree. But I wouldn't have given it to her. I think who else was nominated in that category? Do you have that quick pull up?
Yep. Philippi Sue from Hamilton. Renee Elise Goldsberry from Hamilton. Mose Ingram from The Queen's Gambit. And Jean Smart from Mayor of Eastwood.
I would have given it to Queen's Gambit.
Yeah. I knew they weren't going to give it to Jean Smart. Once they didn't give it to Jean Smart, I knew she was going to win Best Actress. So that shows you how much I pay attention. The biggest, I knew The Crown was going to win. I knew Ted Lasso was going to win. It probably shouldn't have won, but it did. The one that
Ted Lasso? I feel like everyone's living for it.
The Crown, I meant. It wasn't the best season.
Crown should not have won.
Yeah.
And that's on period.
Yeah. I just want to make sure I've got the right one here. I'm just pulling it up. I apologize, everyone who's listening. You are literally listening to this as things happen. Outstanding limited or anthology series, which was the last award of the night. Don't know why.
Strange.
Yeah. That was like having Best Actor at the Oscars. It was like, okay, unless you're giving it to Chadwick Boseman, you don't put it at the end. Anyway.
Yo.
So, The Queen's Gambit won for Best Limited or Anthology Series. It did not win any awards tonight, but this award. I want to say this. When they panned to that group who was in the audience, like going, really? We won? Like, what? Like, you could tell the lead actress in the show was shocked that she won because no one expected that to happen. I don't know what happened.
Well,
white people voted for white people. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I love how when they were like, we have one more award, you and I both texted each other and we're like, what award is left? What's going on here? What planet are we in?
Well, hold on a second. It is literally past the 3-hour mark and we still have one more award to go. What the hell is going on here, guys?
Yeah.
Emmys next year, if you cannot get it down to an hour and a half, I'm tuning out at the hour and a half.
Well, they can cut out the commercials.
No, they don't even have to cut out the commercials. They don't need... Okay. I don't need to know who wrote the fucking TV show or anthology series. I don't need to know who directed it. Put that in the Saturday Creativity Emmy Awards. I don't care. The average person does not care and does not know who these people are. Next, I don't need to know John Oliver's going to win every fucking year. Kick him out. Let's throw him into the creative awards as well. Outstanding writing for a variety show. Why do we need to talk about that every Emmys? Let's cut that out.
Because they just give it to SNL.
I've saved you an hour.
Listen, they did that with the Tony Awards. They pulled out all of because the Tony Awards will give awards out like while they're out walking on the red carpet. And they fully did that, and people were pissed. they did it at the Oscars a couple of times too, giving out awards on the red carpet. And it's like, well, I wanted to know if that was going to win. And like people get really, especially people that do ballots and like do the whole ballot, they want to see everything because why not? And they also want to fill a 3-hour window because it's more ad time, it's more TV time, it's more people are tuning in. But I think if they keep going with these really shitty, really slow, just really predictable Emmys and Oscar, any kind of award show, no one's going to tune in. Why? I'm going to watch Ted Lasso win every single award. Like, woohoo, what's the big, like, shocking moment where I'm like jaw on the floor?
Yeah. The saving grace for next year is there's no Crown.
There's not? No, isn't
They're
there?
Not coming back till next November.
And then they're going to get everything fucking in 2 years because it's their last season.
That's 2023.
It's a new cast.
That's literally season 5 of the Cross Border Interviews, Emmys 2023 episode night issue. Okay, that's not season 4 of the Cross Border Interview podcast Emmy 2022 issue. That's 23 issue.
Well, I'm already disappointed for 2023. Me. I don't even know what else is nominated. I'm already disappointed.
Exactly. I don't
hated it.
I'm gonna predict right now: Ted Lasso season 4 and The Crown season 5 win in 2023. Putting it out there right now.
Well, no, because I don't know. They're weird. Like the comedies, and they never really double up with the comedies. Like you win once, like you said. What's won multiple times as comedy?
Modern Family.
Only for like 2 years, and then it stopped.
4 straight years.
It won 4 in a row.
4 straight years. Frasier. Friends.
I don't. You're naming things I don't like.
I'm literally pulling that up right now. This is fact checking on the fly. Veep 1.
Oh, I forgot about
Veep. 2, 3. Modern Family.
Yeah, Veep won a lot.
5 seasons.
Veep won a lot. You're right.
30 Rock run for 3 seasons. The Office won for 1. Arrested Development.
They actually gave 30 Rock?
Yeah, 3 seasons.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Good for Tina Fey.
And then Modern Family, Sex and the City, Will and Grace, Ally McBeal. Frasier won multiple times.
Damn,
Seinfeld
look at me.
Won multiple times. Like
I clearly care about the comedies. Because I don't remember any of them.
Always the worst. The one that I'm wanting to know is the drama, because the drama series is usually the one that doesn't double up a lot. It does from time to time.
Yeah, because they did that to Handmaid's Tale. That first season was good, but it wasn't like life-changing like some of these other seasons have been, and yet they keep not giving it to anyone from it.
I apologize. Game of Thrones won basically every season.
Well, Game of Thrones won a lot, but every once in a while they throw it. Which I don't understand the hype of that. Mad Men won a lot too.
Mad Men won, Sopranos won, West Wing.
I get the Sopranos hype. I get the West Wing hype. I don't get the Mad Men hype. Did you watch Mad Men? It's just a bunch of people standing around drinking.
Yeah, exactly. It's basically John Hamm.
For like an hour and a half.
John Hamm becoming an alcoholic, so that way in 5 years after the show ends, he can go to rehab and not become an alcoholic. Did I say that?
And then Elizabeth Moss got 800 nominations and never won.
Yeah, and then they gave it to her for Handmaid's Tale. She's like, oh, you went through stuff, so we're going to give it to you.
You went on a journey.
I don't think she's a good actress.
Have you seen? No, you haven't seen it yet.
I don't watch Elizabeth Moss.
You don't watch The Handmaid's Tale.
No,
I normally agree with you.
Only one show. The West Wing.
Which show?
The West Wing.
I will say this. I'm not usually a fan of hers either. I think her work in Handmaid's Tale is pretty fantastic. I also don't like Alexis Bledel either as an actress. I know you do. And I think she's fantastic in this. And
I go outside every morning and just breathe in, hoping that it will snow, so that way I can
be a Gilmore Girl.
Channel my inner Lorelai Gilmore. Channel it.
I can't.
Anyway,
if I still lived in LA, I could have shown you the Gilmore Girls houses. I did a backstage tour, and they like took us on the houses and Luke's Cafe. That's a place, right? Luke's Corner or
Hi,
Luke's
welcome
Diner.
back to the
I
Cross-Border
never.
Interview Podcast. My name is Chris.
I'm
Brown,
canceled
and
again.
Our entertainment pundit is Pundit. Can't even say it properly. Well, we are 50 minutes into this. You need to get to bed. I want to thank all the 9 viewers who have tuned into this at one time. At the height, we had 12, but 9 have watched for longer than 8 minutes. So, with that, hey, probably people in India. Hey, India. I don't know what your language is, but hi, India. Or
Thank
England.
you all for listening.
Exactly. And with that, I want to thank Michael Nichols Pate, our entertainment pundit, for sitting down and doing this at 12:17 his time, 10:17 my time. For everyone here at the Cross-Border Interview Podcast, I want to say this once and only once. Tomorrow in Canada is Election Day. If you do not get out and vote, do not bitch, complain, and shit on Twitter for the next 4 years because your person didn't win. If you do not vote, you do not have a voice. For everyone here at the Cross-Border Interview Podcast, polls open at 9 o'clock tomorrow in your standard time. Tune in because we will be back at 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time with the election result night for the Cross-Border Interview Podcast. So with that, keep talking, everyone. Have yourself an excellent rest of the day. And Michael, thank you so much for doing this.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.